Welcome back, everybody. I just returned from a local auction. I picked up this box of tools along with like 25 other lots of tools, and I figured instead of trying to make a 30-minute long video and trying to stuff everything in there, I would break it down into smaller lots, and so this video is just going to cover this box. Almost 97% of our viewers are not subscribed. Become a subscriber today. It really helps out the channel. Thank you. Now I'll show you the picture that I saw when I bid this. I was unable to go to the live preview they had, even though the auction's only about 10 minutes away. I just couldn't get there when the live preview was going on. But I saw these two tools in the photos. I wasn't sure what they were, but I knew they were unique. I didn't know if they had a brand name. I didn't know what they did. Well, I mean, I knew it was some sort of like a speed wrench or spinner extension, something like that. I knew it was that much, but I didn't know much beyond that. Never seen them before. And we're going to get to those last. So what I did figure I was getting in the lot was obviously these two rails of sockets. I figured since they're on Craftsman socket holders and they had a lot of other Craftsman tools, I figured they were Craftsman sockets, and indeed they are. Some 3/8, just totally random, no sets here, but actually some little 3/8 impacts on there as well. And then we have, let's see, 5 different sets of the what look like they're all Allen wrench or hex key, whatever you like to call them. This is a Eklund brand, I believe. Well, it's called a fold unikey, but it's made by Eklund. This is an Eklund. Another Eklund. This one I've never seen before. It says Smitty, made in the USA, and it's the HD Hunter Company in Santa Fe Springs, California. And then this one is Proto Metric. So I knew I was getting those, of course. I saw this ratchet in there. I knew it was a Wright. Well, to the best of my knowledge, a Wright is the only ratchet that has this sort of grip on it. Now they may make this ratchet under other brands, but I believe Wright is the one that produces this style ratchet. There is a broken ratcheting wrench here by Castar that's made in the USA. I think this is a Craftsman metric. It's a 1011 Craftsman. Knowing it's metric because it has the gray plastic going around the end. I think the black plastic ones are the SAE. There's another little ratchet here. I'm guessing it's just a foreign made. Oh yeah, it's proudly stamped China. But who knows, sometimes these little ratchets come in handy. So even though it's, you know, it's not necessarily worth anything, it might be useful. I didn't know what this ratchet was. It looks to be made by like a old Proto or Indestro or something like that. And I see on the handle it says Ward's Master. So Ward's Master, I believe, was sold by the Montgomery Wards. And here we have an MW, so that would make sense. Kind of a neat looking logo. So this was once sold by Montgomery Wards, I believe, and just they rebranded somebody else's ratchet. Like I say, I don't know if it's like Indestro, I don't know if it's Proto, or I mean maybe it's neither, but it looks kind of like one of their ratchets. I didn't know what this was. Figured it was SK. This looks a lot like an SK. It says made in the USA. It's an old SK Wayne. Not that these are not, you know, found with other names on them, but this is just a classic SK looking ratchet. It's got like a tapered shaft on it, and then of course the knurled handle and the round head. Looks like somebody put their name on this one, but no big deal. Nice old ratchet. I don't know what this is. If anyone else does, feel free to leave it in the comments. I have a little 10-inch adjustable in here. I don't quite know what that says. If it's better grip or something like that. Probably make it out on the video better than I can with my own eyeballs. Oh, there's another name there. Dunlop. So I do see another stamp there. It looks like Dunlop, as best I can tell, which was a Sears brand. Then we have this 1/2-inch extension made by Wright. And we have, and this is a first to me, it's a 1/2-inch drive Greenlee ratchet. Now, most people know Greenlee for like their knockout punches, their conduit punches. A little bit of research online says that Snap-on made this ratchet. Now, I don't know if that's true, but I do know that Snap-on 1/2-inch drive ratchets look just like this. The selector's the same, the way it's cut out here is the same, their little plate in here is the same, and they have the selector that comes through that you pin it over to hold it in place. So I do believe this probably is a Snap-on made ratchet for Greenlee. So let's talk about these guys. As you can see, I paid $90 for this box. That was the hammer price. The all-in price with fees and taxes was around $105, and I was putting about $50 on these guys, and I was putting about $50 value on these, what I'm willing to pay, and then $50 on the rest of the box, knowing that this ratchet here is like a $75 ratchet, knowing that the Wright is a decent ratchet, the SK is a decent ratchet. I was figuring that's worth $50 to me, and this is worth $50 to me. Not even knowing what these were, just to have them. You could probably see that my max bid was $100. So of course the first thing I did was look to see what these were when I got it. And you can see one of the handles here is broken. It looks like it's a plastic, probably very repairable. I don't know if that would, I don't know if that end would actually turn out, or if that's pressed in somehow, how to pull that out, or once you pull it out if it's ruined. But I imagine there's a way to fix, I would imagine there's a way to fix that and make it whole again. So some of you might know already, but this is made by Herbrand, USA. It's a model J-9, and they call it their Speedratchet. So when I first looked at it, I knew that, you know, some sort of spinner extension. I knew that I had seen this style ratchet, I guess, from Craftsman, but at the same time, it didn't look like it was for sure a ratchet, because I didn't believe that this came off the extension. So I wasn't sure if this I wasn't sure if this was more than one piece, although I thought it was, because it just didn't look like this had an anvil on this piece. It looked like that was part of the extension. I didn't know if it was ratcheting, although it makes sense that it would be, having a handle like this on one end. But I had never seen these before, so I wanted to make sure to buy them just to see what it was, because when you've been hunting tools for, you know, 35 years or so, and you see something that you've never seen before, it's probably unique. It's probably, I mean, it's one thing to see a tool that's, you know, 100 years old that you've never seen, but to see a tool that was likely made in the 50s or 60s that you've never seen, a mechanics type tool, that's a little unusual. So of course, after I bought them and looked to see what they were, I looked them up on eBay, and, you know, I was pleasantly surprised. I saw that they were selling for about $100 each. But I'm also a member of WorthPoint, and if you're familiar with WorthPoint, WorthPoint shows you sold items. WorthPoint shows you sold items from eBay over the last 10-15 years or so, and I'll show you the sold comps from WorthPoint, and then I was floored to see like what these things were actually selling for over the past 5-6 years. So like I said, I did win more lots from this auction. I'm gonna break down the videos into smaller lots. I'll kind of do it the same way this one, show you the picture of what I was looking at, show you what I paid, go through the box. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.